Pew pew.
Hello guys, and welcome to Minecraft Perma Death Program Part 8. And this has been painful. Now, unlike most of the other ongoing episodes you've seen, this one is going to be a little bit different today because of all the issues I've been having, audio, editing software wise, nearly losing save game progress, just the heartbreaking stuff that it's just heartbreaking. So I'll bring you up to speed as best I can. The focus of the episode was going to be, in fact, to try and get the enchanting table working, which involved a lot of feeding the animals up, and well, in this particular case I was fishing, and I pretty much got bored of it pretty quickly and walked away, even though you can get some decent stuff. So yeah, the focus was the enchanting table, which involved a lot of killing cows for the hide, and when I say it was a lot of cows and a lot of farming going out there, and the new patch, the new flat level program I'm bringing in to tidy up the place and get everything on the level and get the farming system going, which I'll bring you up to speed with shortly, because that'll probably be in part 9. These are obviously snippets of me just killing a lot of innocent cows just for the hide, and going out and getting sugarcane as well. We did a lot of that, but as it happens, this particular chicken summoned an Enderman, which then sparked a whole Enderman visiting. They seemed to turn up like just at dusk or just at dawn. It was a bit weird, but I'd actually forgotten how hard these guys could hit. When this guy hit me for 3 hearts, I panicked, but luckily I'd already made the mushroom defense box thing. I don't know, but it's a mushroom defense base designed so the Enderman can't get me, and it worked actually, worked really well, and started the Ender Pearl collection, which was good, and they just kept coming. This guy as well, I got to come across him, give him a little cheeky nudge in the back, as you do, but and it was working out quite well, apart from the fact when this creeper decided he wanted to help me, but you know, I'll take help where I can get it. It was almost a serious killer, but you know, I can't blame the little creeper. He helped out a little bit, he did his part. The only thing that's probably going to kill me is my own stupidity, like me trying to think I could take on a creeper in the open like this. If it hadn't have been for this creeper roaring here, take the time to roar at me, I probably would have been dead and this series would have been finished. Is the only thing I'd like to say there. Thank goodness for bread, that's all I could say really. But you know, I took my aggression out on some more cows because I need the hide. And I forgot how much bookcases took. You know, you're looking at 1 hide, 3 paper, 3 sugarcane, 3 sugarcane for 1 paper, for 3 paper, sorry, then 1 hide and 3 paper for 1 book, then 3 books, and 6 planks to make 1 bookshelf. So grinding wise, you can understand why I was on a cow killing spree, and I definitely had beef with these cows. Sorry, that was a really bad pun. It did lead me to going out into the desert though and finding my first temple as I went further and further adrift, killing cows because obviously the population was getting quite low by me. But it also led to me seeing that the village there, and getting my very first saddle, which allowed me to get a horse at some stage. But you know, it was good really, because I get the saddle, I got some gold. I don't know why I was collecting the string. I don't know why the string wasn't important, but for me, for some reason, it was. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the saddle was there anyway, and it would give me the opportunity to become a little bit more mobile as well. plus the golden apple, which I forgot completely all about the golden apple, which is that sort of thing I'm going to have to keep for the end, I think. I don't know what Depth Stride does. Strider, I think it was. Depth Strider, I think it is. I really need to get up to speed in the enchanting. I did, however, manage to get my hands on the dynamite booby trap, which I'm definitely going to use for something fun at some stage. Not sure yet what I'm going to use it for, but me being me, knowing that there was a village nearby, I basically got myself to the village and helped myself to the stuff. You know, what more villages are there for, is what I used to say. But I've actually got a plan for villagers now, which is great. This villager and his son mind his own business while I'm going through his stuff and stealing his bed that I had no room for because I'm a greedy hoarder, which is pretty much I'm on every game I play. I think that's probably my standard of play: grab what you can and run. But yeah, in my defence, technically that villager should have let his son sleep in the bed, you know, rather than him letting his son play on the windowsill with the monsters outside. But nevertheless, I double checked the box and was on my way, and on my way home, and I found another temple which just yielded some more stuff, as temples do, because they have stuff in them, I think. I don't know. It was confusing times. Okay, there was a lot of going out and about and getting stuff I didn't need. You see, like the spider eyes and stuff. Looking at it, I should really keep, because I think you need spider eyes for enchanting. But I don't know. Because why would they be so? I don't know. I'd never took the other saddle because you only need one saddle, right? There's only one of me. There's only me in this program, the Perma Death program. It did allow me to get my first horse. I didn't pick this one because he looked a bit stupid, so I killed him for his hide. At the time, I didn't know that horses, because who would know this? What you do now, that horses have different speeds. That trader didn't see anything, or he chose to ignore the fact I slaughtered that horse, and I got my first horse. I didn't know why I couldn't get on him, but I realised it's because I had something in my hands and I was probably trying to beat him with the bulk end of my sword, possibly. But we got my first horse, and I named him Tesco's. A lot of you probably won't get that reference, some of you might, but he was called Tesco's nevertheless. The only reason I decided to name him Tesco's was the fact that he literally, if I'd have been running, I'd have only been going a little bit faster than he could actually run. He was ridiculously slow. Like, honestly, it just escaped me. I didn't even notice. I was just that excited to have the horse. I was like, yes, I've got a horse. I just didn't even know how slow he was. So, got my horse, fed the animals, killed some cows. What can I say? There's a theme going, right? Killed the cows. So yeah, then I was exploring about making the books and getting the books together, which was going well. I was getting quite a good few books actually, and the farming was going well, as well as getting the bookcases, as you can see here. And then I decided I can't just have an enchant table in my house, so I redesigned the kitchen by stealing the diorite, because I like diorite as a polished stone, and I thought it would make the perfect the perfect looking building. Is the only thing I could really say, because I like the white of diorite when it's polished stone. Like this now. I just like the polished stone look. I think it's cool, which was a look I was going for. I think it's got the Gandalf the White look to it, you know, the aesthetic, I think, is the better word for it. Gives you the good aesthetic for an enchanting room, which is what I wanted. And I wanted as well, you know, when I was thinking about this, get this enchanting room up and running, that'd be great. I also thought to myself, well, if we're going to do this for enchanting room, we've also got to do it for the Nether portal, when we get around to getting to the Nether portal, which wasn't the focus at this stage. There was a focus at a point to why these salmon were dying, and then I figured out it was the foxes, which apparently you can tame. You can use them for something, I'm not overly sure. but I don't know. But the plan is now, apart from killing cows as usual to get the books for the enchanting room, I realised that this whole Ender Dragon it's a marathon, not a sprint, so I need to be prepared. So rather than just going around killing innocent cows, which were a necessity because I need the enchanting room to achieve my goal, I can't go into, just the whole idea of the enchanting room was to get fortune, and that was just a whole story again when I actually managed to get the resources, which you'll see in a few minutes, for the enchanting room, and there was a lot of grinding involved, really, because I think the honest part of it is I was ill prepared. I didn't realise how much work it would take. I'd not prepared the farm, the animals or anything, and I'm impatient is the bigger one. But you can see the enchanting room is finished, the enchanting building really, not just a room. And I was starting to set up the different configurations with the books, which I googled to see how you were supposed to set them up to get fortune. Now, I don't know if it's me, but I put the thingy to get fortune, and it kept coming up with efficiency. And there is a lot of different configurations for the enchanting books, I know, but the ones I'm using here were right as far as I aware, because even went into creative to look at them. And this zombie, he nearly ended the series. How he got in the house, never mind the fact that he has an enchanted shield, is a complete mystery. He literally, that just took me by complete surprise of how that guy even existed. I did figure out that there were some zombies living in the walls, because they were really starting to annoy me with their groaning and moaning in the middle of the day. So, like a good exterminator, I killed them all. But I didn't want to just, pave over the problems. So instead, I lit up the problems and then I paved over them. Is basically the only thing I could say about that. Bye. So, yeah. Once I'd got the efficiency on the pickaxe, mining was so much better for time, and it didn't take me half the amount of time to get the resources. I got diamonds in abundance, really. Looking for one, I think I ended up getting 4 or 5 in no time. But I didn't want to, because I was unsure of the fortune enchant. I didn't want to spend anything on this diamond pickaxe because I wanted to get it right. And at this stage, I didn't know if it was a lottery to whether you got fortune. So I put my resources into getting the obsidian to start getting the nether portal up and running, which, however, I didn't do off camera because I didn't want to upset you guys. I wanted to have it all on camera so you could see. And as you can see, this is just doing really well for diamonds at this stage. And my plan was, and it wasn't until after I'd done these diamonds I thought to myself, what am I doing? I'm wasting the opportunities here. If I'd have actually managed to figure out the fortune, we'd have, rather than 5, we might have had 12, or even 6. We're still better than 5. So I stopped mining them, and any diamonds I've come across up to that point I've just left. And I was using the old strip mining technique off level 12, which I went down to bedrock and counted from up to 12 really from bedrock, which worked out, and it was working. And I was in this scenario, I was feeding the animals, getting the beef ready, because obviously we needed the books, which was the focus, and we kept getting visits from these guys. Now, I don't think this was the first visit, but these aren't in any sort of chronological order. I think this could be the first visit, actually, thinking about it. I didn't know what these guys were about. Like I said, I've not really experienced Minecraft properly until I actually tried doing it in hardcore. These guys did like shooting each other, which made my life a lot easier. But for anybody that doesn't play Minecraft, just try playing hardcore. It's a different game, and it's so much more fun. I've really, it's brought the game back to life for me, and I've really enjoyed it. The fact that I can't die, obviously, adds a lot of worry and stress, and it's a different dynamic, which I like the Perma Death idea. But as you can see, these guys are complete idiots. The fact that they've got these really cool crossbows is the only thing in their favour. Yeah, this was the first encounter, if I remember rightly, but there was no. I didn't realise that they had a leader that gave you a banner as well, and that when you killed them, it gave you like a stink thing, like a. Oh, this was the banner. Look, here's the banner, and I put it on the house because that's where you're supposed to put them to scare them off. I don't know. That's what I thought, but as I was saying, they kept turning up a little. It was a little bit like the Enderman scenario, that they were like buses. You know, once I'd met one, I just kept meeting them, and I found out that you can have raider camps, like it's like a big tower somewhere, when I've been exploring looking for the cows, I was not finding any camps nearby, so I'm assuming that these guys will just come in, maybe try and steal your stuff every now and then. But what I was saying before is that I found out that these guys, if you get the stink on you, it's a little symbol in the top right hand corner, and take it to a village, it begins raids, which I've been advised to stay well away from unless I am pretty much end ready. That's what somebody told me. He says if you're going to the end, maybe do a raid, or have the village in a state where all the villages are protected. So that's going to go to one of my other plans, which we'll explain in the later parts, because now I'm focused on. I think I can keep myself alive if it isn't for me picking fights with Endermen or raiders and getting myself picked off. And I'm hoping that I can show you that there is a game plan, and I hope it works to keep myself alive. Because people are telling me that there's people that lived for thousands of days in hardcore with no problem. So, but that's them. This is me. I'm not a veteran on this game. I'm slowly becoming a veteran, I hope. But again, look, they just kept coming. These guys just kept coming, and he gave me the voluntary exile stank, shall we call it, that you're supposed to take to the villages and start the raids. So I don't want to do that unless I've actually got a village in a state of protection, because the raid can end if all the villagers are killed, if you didn't know that, which I'm sure everyone but me knows that. But like I said, these guys just kept coming, and I just kept killing them because they were good for XP. I was hoping to get a crossbow, and I think I did get one crossbow at some stage. But luckily for me, they're all idiots, and with the diamond sword, it makes life a little bit easier for me to kill them. And we finished this guy off because he was taking a swim in my pool, which I didn't like, but he's dead now. So the game plan is now. Oh yeah, and I got mad at trees. Now I wanted to put this in because the story behind this was I took Tesco out, and I didn't realise how much of a nightmare it is to go riding with a horse through a forest. It's painful. So I just sat and watched that burn for a little while, as well as get myself some XP. Again, built myself up because I was trying to get the fortune, which was level 3, which you need 30 experience for, I believe. Or it's the 3-pointer one, so I think it's in 10s. But, it wasn't a problem now. And spitting llamas, I thought that was particularly rude, if I'm honest. I don't know what you guys think, but I think I ended up killing him for his lead. Which I did. I did end up killing him for his lead, which I don't think I had the footage for it, but I killed him for his lead so I could sort the farm out, because that was going to be another big change. And there is going to be some big changes, I think, that are going to surprise you. I was enchanting these shovels here because the big hill next to the base that looks out as you come out to the left there was really annoying me, so I started the flattening process of that. And I also, as you can see here, started the whole process of getting the building for the Nether portal up and running. Now I was going to sort of make it part of the enchanting building, but I thought no, I was talking about the granite before, and I thought, yeah, do you know what? I actually like the granite look for the portal, so we'll go down that avenue. You can see in the background there that the hill that is it's basically been stripped of all the soil because I was using the soil to flatten the land to get these two buildings on. We literally stood over the ravine here, if you can remember. But it was also really a safety project as well. One, I wanted everything flat, and two, I didn't want to fall down the ravine by accident, which I nearly kept doing every 5 minutes. So, you know, it was working on two levels really for me. So I was laying out the footprint for the new building, and you will see in part 9, when I get around to showing you this, that it's finished. The portal's not lit or anything, and it's not in there yet, but you'll see it in its integrity. You can sort of get an idea of what I was going for here. So hopefully it's a quick catch up, and I'll see you in part 9, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.